Kia ora and welcome to Oasis Scents. Today I'm going to show you a studio tour.
Into the place, I spot you from a ways. My heart, it started racing. The crowd across the way, the flowers on your face, and then I'm from the 80s. Someone keeps blocking my way.
This is my studio. It is a garage. I'm not bougie, I'm not fancy. I rent a house, I don't own a house, and I work out of my garage. As you can see, that's our garage door. So I wanted to give you a studio tour of our candle making studio, our soap making studio, everything in between. If you're new to Oasis Scents, we make nerdy soap and candles as well as body butters, wax melts, lip balms and other items that are like home scented or body scented sort of things, you know, nice relaxing items. So this is the studio. I have been doing this job here full time for 2 years, but additionally I've been running the business for 4 years along with my partner Byron, who is a co-owner. He helps with design and financials and stuff like that, where I make all the products, do all the shipping and everything, although he is probably going to step up soon and help with shipping, as I'm about to start a casual job to help save some money for Christmas and a trip next year that we're doing, because running your own business does make money, but it doesn't make enough money yet for me personally. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get on in with the studio tour. I hope you guys are excited for this, because I'm excited to show you finally. So this is a single car garage in our townhouse. We live in Auckland, New Zealand, and it's mostly all me, except for at the very back we have our washing machine and some storage containers, and then on the very top up there we also have some personal items. And in the corner over here we have Byron's painting stuff, because he is a painter, so we needed space for that. But once you enter the room, there is the door. It leads to our living room, and our front door's over there. We have this bench right here, and on here I have a wax melter. This one is from a company in New Zealand that imports them from Australia. I wouldn't recommend it though, because they weren't a very good company. I think that there's some New Zealand candle-based companies now that do them, so definitely just do your due diligence and research. This one cost me quite a lot of money too, but it is massive, and it's probably way bigger than I needed at the time, but it's great now. On this thing, our landlords left this rack, so I just store my paper towels up there, and I keep this bench mostly clear. You can see how messy it is from wax, but that is my scales. I do have another set of scales, but I don't use them right now, so yeah. On this bench here I have many things. It's very hard to squeeze in, but on the top here I have all of my books and information books. This is like my candle master book, where I put all my information about candles, gloves, and a thermometer back there. I don't really use thermometers though. I have excess packaging, so I have some tins here which I used to use for dish soap. I don't do that anymore, so I'm not really sure. This was a tester candle that I haven't moved out of the way. I have some piping tips, pipettes, and my lip balm and essential oils over here. I have quite a few different lip balm oils, and some of them are also essential oils, as you can see. So there's both soap making and other stuff, and I just dropped something. And back there I also have some lip balm trays. On this one here I have all of my soap colorants. They come as little blocks. I can't really show you, but then I just use a shredder and I shred them all up, and I have lots of different colors. I have my main big colors here. As you can see, the blue's a little bit low. I also have one down there because I have empty void space down here, so I just put it down there while I was using it. And then here's all my other colors. So I have about maybe 20 different colors, maybe a bit more, I'm not really sure. Below I have some extra paper towel rolls, and this is universal additive, which you add into wax melts to make them pop out of the molds easier. My stand mixer, which is a KitchenAid that my mum gifted to me, thank you mum. And my microwave. I can't actually use the microwave while I'm using this wax melter. They both plug into the same thing. As you can see, the wax melter is unplugged, but the microwave is plugged in. And on the very bottom, which is my least favorite shelf, is my mica powders. So I have all of them in here, and an additional one in here, plus this orange here, which doesn't fit. I have soap dough there, and a black candle dye. You can see it's kind of stained, and that's what's over there. But a lot of this shelf is just colorants and things for candles and information. Over here I have my 2 wax. I use 2 different waxes, it depends. I mostly use golden wax 464, which you can kind of see on the side there, but I've also got this brand here for mixing, as that's a lot cheaper than that, so combine them. And they're very similar. This is just not, this is like an off-brand, but they've got very similar things. Up on this table, this is a table we normally take to markets or events, but we've set it up for extra space. So I've got my guillotine, this tray, which I haven't got a use for yet, but I bought 2 because it's on sale. Here's my new scales. The only thing is they don't fit underneath my wax melter tap, so that's why I have a broken guillotine, and these trays or these stands I need to get rid of. And then this box here is for putting packages in before I put them out. Moving back to where we started, as we come in, so we've shown off that desk, we have this desk here, or table. On this one is basically everything. So I've got isopropyl alcohol, reed diffuser base, all of my wick things. I've got wick tabs and all that stuff. This is just like a junk thing. I don't really know. It's just like supplies and like materials. Here's all my empty shop pots, plus like ones I get from other people I recycle and reuse. This is where I normally keep all of my spatulas and mixing tools, and then all of my different containers for making stuff. So I use these for lye, I use this for like occasional candle or soap things, you know, etc, etc. Down below I have a stock pot which currently has shea butter because my shea butter thing is full, but I bought more than I needed. And then I have all of my butters and oils, so I use a various amount of butters and oils, including sunflower oil, olive oil, shea butter. I don't really use coconut oil that much, that's why I only have a small one. And same with babasu oil, and then also shea butter, cocoa butter. I think I said that already. Castor oil, which is that one in the middle. And also I've got my 2 sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide, which is here and behind that. I covered these, I don't really like it, but Byron and I covered these in plastic to help reduce the damage on the table. However, they just get really gross. I think we're going to get rid of that soon. And that's both benches. This bench here, which is right next to it, has my perfume stuff. So that's the bottles and that's the caps. I have my bubble wrap that I've cut, and these are all my packing supplies. I really like to recycle, so I shred every single thing I can into like void filler instead of buying peanuts. These peanuts I recycle from people who give me orders, and then I have other void filler from other orders I receive, and then this bucket here is for anything I can shred like before I shred it. I've also got this wrapping paper here that I'm going to shred because it's just random things we had. Next up we have labels, which is next to my perfume stuff, and this is props for photos, and then all of my glitters. I have a various amount of glitters, as you can see. Some of them I haven't even used once, and I'm hoping to start using them soon. Over here I have a circle cutter for some circles. I just recently switched to using my Cricut, so if you want to see a video on that, please let me know. But I have it here because I had a few extra I already printed that I needed to cut. I also have a whole lot of soap labels that I haven't cut yet. And we're just going to switch on to the other side before I show you more stuff. Here is my custom printed tissue paper. You can see it's a bit messy. And then next to it I have all my stuff for shipping. So I normally stand here and do all my shipping packaging. So I have my fragile stickers, heavy tape, you know. Then I have my little logo stickers, which I use to close up stuff. I have all of my little wax samples. This one has it on the bottom because it was from an event. And my thank you cards. My thank you cards have information about how everything is packed with a mixture of brand new and recycled materials. Either it comes with a wax melt sample or a mini soap sample, but I haven't been doing mini soap samples recently because I've been doing soap sample packs. So yeah, that's that one. It's also got care information on the back, obviously, because I need that. And then here I have these bags, which are for soaps if I need them at events or anything like that. You can see the access I have to all of this stuff. And then on the back here I also have a lip balm, and I did have body butter base, but that just needs to be cleaned out. This is lip balm base. I have some things for such items like bath salts or wax melt things. I've only got 2 left, so probably should buy more. I have my wick stickers. I have excess shop pots. Here is foaming bath whip. That's what it looks like. I buy mine from New Zealand Soap and Candle and then add things to it to make it better, and then you've got more containers. So that is that overview, and now we will switch to this section. On this one, this is Byron's domain. This is one thing he does do for me, and that is all of the vessels. So we have quite a few vessels. At the very top we have mini tins, which are going to be used for a box, so they'll be gone soon. Then we have our lip balms, bubble bath, excess 250ml glass jars, and then the 2 soap cutters. This one is from Mood Mod. I'll try to leave that down below. And this one I got on Trade Me. I'm not 100% sure, but this one is from a New Zealand brand, both of them from New Zealand. This one is really good. It is a multi-bar cutter and I really like it. It was quite a lot of money, but totally worth it. Here we have our 250ml glass jars. You can see I get them from there. I don't like to share too much, but you know, if you're watching, you can see all this information. Then we have all of our lids. So Byron, make sure the lid's in here. Here are our tins. We buy them in bulk from AliExpress, no, from Alibaba, which is in China. Well, depends. Some of them are in China. This particular factory is in China, and I normally buy about 2,000 of them, so I'm due for a restock because I'm down to 3 boxes. And then here is my 120ml, plus a random tin, my 120ml glass jars, and they come in big trays. I think there's 56 per tray, and I've only got 1 tray left, so I need to buy some more soon. Below that we have our 60ml, and you can see I also only have 1 tray left, so you know, winning. At the time of filming this, I haven't released them yet, but I'm about to release some woodwick candles. So these are the jars for those. I have my whipped soap, whipped scrub jars, and my lip scrub jars. Down below I have extra woodwick jars. Oh, I do have another tray of 120ml glass jars. These are extra, what do you call it, like cups, because I do some cups from time to time. Extra whipped soap, and you can see more things. And here is the jars for the health potion collab, which you may have seen. So yeah, lots of stacking, and I think that is excess stuff for the woodwicks. This is also a shelf that Byron organizes and tells me off for making it messy. This is our cardboard box shelf, which is very handy location to where I pack, which is right there. On top we have our biggest box size and extra boxes. Here are some boxes I bought that were the wrong size, but we're just going to use them up. You can see we have lots left. Here are boxes that I recycle from customers, or not customers, from brand, like people who send me, suppliers who send me things. And then these boxes here are for our big tall collab candles internationally, so they don't get broken. Here I've got these ones I bought wrong, and they're really thin. I was meant to sell them to someone, but we kind of forgot about it and I haven't reminded them. And so if someone buys lots of wax melts, I can fit them all in that. Otherwise, yeah, they're just kind of there. Not really sure what to do with them. Here is the size box. I would show you that one, but that one's got a label on it, so I don't want to share the person's information. This box. This is the one I send a lot of orders in. One of my reps, V, just sent me back a whole lot of things. So they're sitting there, and I just got those back recently. Here, I know it's a bit random, is all of my room spray stuff. They don't fit on that shelf over there, so that's why they're here. I have my LF bags, my DLE bags, and my A4 bags. I mostly use A4, that's why the pile is so much higher. I use these for sending to the South Island, and these fit the biggest box I have. These are just for like single lip balms or double lip balms or whatever. Like if people only buy one item and it isn't fragile like a glass candle, it'll go in this. I don't send too many, maybe 1 or 2 a month. That's why I only have a small stack. And obviously this one fits both this box here and this box. This is my main box, which is a DLE box, but doesn't fit in a DLE bag, unfortunately. And these are just ones that V also sent back to me, and here's my entire stack of them. There's a lot there. I have extra of that size box down here. And then here I have all of my bags. And I also, this is a place I get food from on Uber Eats. I reuse those bags for customers because I love reusing things. At the bottom I have extra tissue paper that is custom printed, and extra like just normal tissue paper. Here are the empty bottles I use for fragrance mixing because I do a lot of custom blends. Down here, which is something I need to do today, is mystery bargain boxes. So this is just things I put aside to put into a mystery bargain box. And here is my tablecloths and high-vis vests for events. Moving on is this next shelf. I might do a little, you know, there it is. These are my 2 product shelves. On top we have, these are for events, event stuff, personal things, event stuff, and personal things. So that's the top shelf. Up here we recently just added these shelves in, so you can see that I've labeled what is on these. Lots of different stuff, dice, pillow boxes, worms, as you do. And same with up here. It's just got things I don't need too often, and it's only a single layer, so I can easily get to it. This is the shredder I use for grating all of my candle dye. I got extra thank you cards, business cards, and some DIY kits that I haven't done yet that I'd like to do for YouTube videos. I'll get around to it eventually. On the shelf I have my heat sealer, which I use for bath bomb sealing and wax melt sealing. Not wax melt, bath salt sealing. Here I have, not wax melts, but room sprays. Some lip scrubs, these I need to change because this is for body butters, which I've discontinued. Some whipped soap items. This is random things like that are for sale. All of my lip balms and lip scrubs normally go in here, but obviously I've got too many to put in there. I have cups, and then I've got some bubble bath. Up here is perfumes, and that's a bit hard to get to, so I have to like pull it out, but that's okay. Wax melts, and I've got excess wax melts here. This is mystery bargain boxes, but not actually. It has all of my like wick trimmers and accessories in there. Here is extra items from our last box, and here is 2 things that are products. So this is the Ego Wax Melts, which will be available in October, which is I think probably this month as I'm uploading this, can't remember, and the Wildfire bath salts, which are available in September. And then here is all my candles. I have a lot of candles, lots of ideas coming out of this little brain of mine. I have my entire permanent collection on these 3 shelves. So in my permanent collection currently, may have changed, is Bakugo, Carbonite, which is one of my all-time favorite candles, Hades, 100 Acre Woods, which is really popular, I'm glad I brought it back, Howl, which recently became a permanent collection, Loki, which I don't personally like but people seem to like, so you know, I'll keep making it, Other Mother, which is actually just being discontinued, and I'm just trying to sell out of these, and then once it has been discontinued this will move and Spider-Man will take its place. We have Persephone, which matches Hades really well, Queen of Hearts, which I haven't restocked this yet but I will, Sticky Buns, which is like an all long time favorite candle of people. I don't like it either. I'm not a vanilla person, so that's why. Totoro, which is very popular, is Sun Ripened Berries and Oak Moss and Amber. I really like this one too. Encore Iroh is one of my favorites as well, and it's also a very popular candle. It is bamboo and green tea. And then Zuko, which matches it, you know, to Avatar candles. And then finally our latest permanent collection is Spider-Man. So this will move into the spot of Other Mother at some point. And then the rest of the candles are just random assortment of candles. So on this shelf here, I tend to do just the candles from past releases that are still left over. So I have like Velma, Rose Tico, Roll for Ambience and such, which are all from like before September, as I'm filming this, before September's release. And then also like past event candles and such. At the bottom right now I have some other candles too, and this is like some mold stuff for soap making, and then I haven't restocked the 60ml packs for a while, but I will get around to it. But these are excess candles from that, and then extra leftover candles from a release we did. Next to that we have our big collab candles. We've got 2 left, so if you want to grab a leaderless candle, I recommend doing it ASAP if they're still available at the time this video goes up. And then our reed diffusers, which these ones are pre-made because they were made for an event, and then they're just sitting there. Every other reed diffuser I ever sell, it gets made like as it gets sold, because I don't have the space to stock so many. On the very bottom of the shelf, quickly before we go look at the rest of the candles, is other supplies. These are all like raw materials for soap making and bath bomb making and other such things. So I've got like Epsom salts in my foot, arrowroot powder, which is for body butter, and some other things, flowers and such. Now looking at this shelf, we have items from the past month as well, lots of them available, and some of them I do restock from time to time. And then this from here, or like ideally from here, this shelf and this shelf will always be brand new items, but right now it's spread across 3 shelves because I have a lot of leftover items from events, unfortunately. If the events go ahead, we'll find out. So here I have the September, because I'm filming this right before the September release. Here I have September, half September, and then all September down here, if that makes sense. And over here I have past items from other releases, and then down here I have my 60ml September pack. I always do a candle pack of releases, so it sits always normally on the shelf below everything else, so that's easy to grab. On the shelf I have a random assortment things as well. I have my crock pot, which is used for soap related stuff. I have excess candle dyes and or candle blocks. And then down here I have more ingredients for soap making, and then this stuff here is for events. This is things for the advent calendar, which I've already started planning. This is also for events, it's for selling in person. And then here's my candle Chandler and Me candle maker, which I think I have a video maybe on my personal YouTube channel. I'll try and link a card up below, or up, not down below. And then here is my rubbish bin. So that is that shelf there, and then we lead on to here. Here are my excess, my last 2 boxes of tins, and then we have our washing machine dehumidifier, which is on most of the time. I've turned it off for this video obviously, and then some extra boxes. Here is my to-do list, or my calendar, and then in this thing here, which has no home really, it just lives here, is just really lots of supplies. So here's a lot of tools. Weirdly some warbler in there. I don't understand. I'm a cosplayer. I have things randomly everywhere. And oh, some other things I've been looking for, but yeah, my heat gun and stand mixer, or thing. This is the molds I use the most, so I don't have to grab the other ones. This is more supplies, so like things for the stand mixer, the KitchenAid and such. And then down the bottom is literally, I probably should just get rid of everything in here because I don't use it. Wasted space. And then this is a bathroom, which is really handy for me. Then we have my final shelf, which is literally my favorite. Oh, and the baker's rack. On top we have these extra wicks, iron, because our ironing board's down here, and like office supplies, so tape, pens, scissors, etc, etc. This is wrapping paper, which is for the advent calendar and Christmas time. I will be offering gift wrap this year for money. And then bubble wrap. I buy a big bubble wrap and I cut it all. Up here I have all of my wicks. You can see my wicks are over there. These are the wicks I use. I use CDN 6/5, CDN 10, CDN 20, and then these are other wicks. I have my wood wicks in here and such, and some other things I bought for testing. Up here I have wax melt sample cards. They don't really have a home, but I think they work well there. And then here's a lot of my fragrance oils. These are all pre-mixed fragrances. And down here is single fragrances that have not been mixed. You can see I have a lot. This is because I make so many items, so many different items, that I have lots of different fragrances. So it is a big cost to have. Fragrances aren't cheap, but it is worth it. And buying in bulk if you can, like these big sizes, is totally worth it if you have products you keep making, because you will have these for ages. So yeah, that's that shelf. And then here is embeds for candles and such. These are all wax melt embeds, so I have like carbonite stuff. I pre-make these in advance and then keep them for as long as I can. Oh gosh, the downside is it's not like stuck together, so it's a bit dangerous. And then these ones I actually made last year for Christmas, and I didn't use them all, so I'm keeping them for this year's Christmas. These are for the Turkish light. Here is my wax drizzle colors, and that's, I'm not going to really show you too much because that is one thing I developed myself that I don't like to share about. It just gives me a point of difference, the way I do it and the way I make it. So yep. Then on the final shelf we have Byron's tools, this shredder which is always plugged in. These are fragrances for the advent calendar, my Dremel, some more tools. This is for events if we need it, and then those are spray cans because they used to live there but then I had to move them. I'll probably move back to there once I use up all those. And the final thing in the studio is the baker's rack, which looks very empty because I can't seem to find any trays that fit. If anyone in New Zealand knows where to buy trays for a baker's rack, please let me know, because I can't find, this is the best one I can find and it doesn't even, it's shit. Sorry. So yeah, I don't really use it. Up here I've got the King Boo soap, which you would have seen the video for, which I haven't labelled yet. Here's all my labels for also more soaps I haven't labelled. So these are my genre soaps. You can see I've got lots because I made 20 of each, and there's 3 whole bins of them. This one down the bottom also has milk and honey. These are the things I normally use for events. However, they do fit here. They're just not perfect. So I don't want to actually store candles in them. I'm looking, I'm searching. I don't like this baker's rack, to be honest. If I could get a different one, I would, but this was hard enough for me to buy, so any suggestions are welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know by giving us a subscribe, a like, and comment down below about what items you like the look of. I don't know, tell me something. I'm really bad at filming outros. I hope you enjoyed this studio tour at least. I know it's very long. I know I talk very fast. I can't help it. That's just the way I talk. Otherwise, I'll see you guys all next week with another video. Ka kite anō.
My love language is your time and attention. Won't you give some of it to me?